Welcome back, 7:23. We're going to get outside to Ed Wallace this morning with a Lexus for us.
Right. Now a four-cylinder Lexus, because a lot of people are going to look down their noses at that, Ed.
Well, that's why I brought it over here, Tim, is the fact there has been a shift in automobiles, and nobody really knows what the future is. Some say it's going to be electric cars, others saying hybrids. Certainly the car companies continue to maintain they're going to build hydrogen fuel cell cars, but that's unlikely for decades. However, what did shift is four-cylinder engines in what normally, well, 30 years ago would have been a V8 car, and it's been accepted by the public fairly well. We first saw this, I think the shift came with that Land Rover, the Evoque that we had, that was a four-cylinder engine. We kind of made fun of that, but it was really a great engine. Then all of a sudden it moves over to the Jaguar XF where they had a four-cylinder standard. Now in the Lexus, you get a 2-liter four-cylinder engine that puts out like 241 horsepower. You can still get the V6, it's a little over 310, but the question is, what does it do for an electric car when you go driving down the road? Well, as you can see, it's the same GS we have with much bigger engines and bigger prices on it. It's comfortable. Believe it or not, on some road conditions, a little bit noisier than I cared for, then on others it's whisper quiet. You have a huge center dash for the navigation system. Now that improves on a previous GS that had a very nice system in its time, but no cover over it. So in the middle of the day, the sun would hit the dash, the glare would wipe out anything on the screen. The heater works unbelievably well in this one. And as a mid-size sedan, you can see it's got plenty of room to carry a bunch of adults around with you. Trunk? Well, there you go, fairly deep trunk space. Unlike more expensive vehicles that are coming out, we don't have the system on this particular one to bring it back down. So, it goes back to the four-cylinder engine. There were times this week I was getting right over 30 miles to the gallon in this. It does not feel like a four-cylinder. It has all the power in the world. And again, reference back to the old GM V8 engines of the mid-70s. They were 165 horsepower. This one's 241. But the best part is you can't tell it's a four-cylinder at all. And that's why we're seeing more of them in luxury cars, and that trend's going to continue. The downside to all of this is that moment when you go into passing gear. You're going to have that split-second turbo lag before it takes off and gets going. So I don't know what the future of cars is going to be. I think there's going to be more electrics. I think there's going to be more hybrids. But now when they have four cylinders, well over 200 horsepower, and fuel efficiency sometimes into the 40-mile range with smaller cars, that could be the future of the car industry too. With that, y'all have a good weekend.
Thanks, Ed. You too.
You can listen to Ed on 570 KLIF tomorrow. His car column is always in Saturday's Fort Worth Star Telegram.